Well, greetings, race fans. SpiffyG on your small TV here, getting ready for season number 6, round number 6 of the Group 3 Century Series here at the Daytona Tri-Oval. We are currently practicing. It looks like we have 11 drivers. Actually, we have 10 drivers, and then we have me, who is just here to look and run his mouth. So let us spectate for a while and see what's going on the track. There's Firewood Man. I know that livery anywhere. Oh, looks like we're practicing a little bit of close racing. Got Bella Dog and Black Mamba on the NASCAR. Turns. Looks like we got a number of Toyotas. For some reason, people are wanting to bring the power today. I just can't imagine why. In all seriousness, this is a power track. High horsepower cars are going to do reasonably well in general, because 3/4 of the track is made up of this very heavily banked oval. I don't have any stats in front of me, but I believe it's a 24-degree bank, which is pretty significant. I'd really love to see Formula One cars on this track, but I figured they would fear spinal compression and other sort of disasters, so they demur. I see Bella and Black Mamba are working on their slipstream skills, as well as maybe their bumper drafting skills. And while it's probably a no-no, I'm actually kind of eager to see it. And apologies for my voice today. I had to go to the doctor today for allergies and was not allowed to take my medicine beforehand, so if I sound a bit stuffed up, I come by it honestly. Wow, Firewood Man and Cal Naughton are in their element, it seems. And these Toyotas are clearly fast. Firewood Man appears to have abandoned his Mercedes in favor of something that is clearly better on this track. Although I have to say, in fairness, in the last 24-hour race they had here, the Mercedes did remarkably well. And the team was driving a backup car. They had smashed the first one in practice. And so they went and found a backup car, and that backup car did very well. So I don't know how that's going to translate to the virtual world of Gran Turismo 7, but in real life, the Mercedes was solid. Now we have a fourth one joining the fray, working on those bumper drafting skills. Good job, Black Mamba. I think you just gave Cal an extra 2 or 3 miles per hour. Alright, folks listening online, I hope you'll forgive me. I'm having a problem with my brand new controller, so I'm going to switch to my old one that I know that works. So, please give me a moment. If anything gets hinky with the broadcast, I apologize in advance. By golly, that's much better. Okay, it's nice to see them working on the racecraft in practice. Okay, well, Bella has kept his AMG Mercedes, so that'll be interesting to see how well that does. It's like Firewoodman is scratching Bella's back. I don't know if he's got an itch back there. Everyone is driving Celicas. Well, Bella, thank you for showing a little imagination. I have to say, they're clearly quick. I don't know that there's another car that can touch them at this point. It's sort of like the GTRs in previous races. It really is the car to beat. Unfortunately, that is something that Gran Turismo tends to be famous for, is for making one car, maybe two cars, far better than the others, at least in my experience. It was particularly bad in GT Sport with Peugeot. The RCZ was really on any Grand Prix track in a GR4 race. That was just a super fast car compared to all the others. And it was almost as if they nerfed the rest of the field. Hopefully not so in this race. I'm hoping that the Mercedes is able to come through. Not just for Bella's sake, but for all our sakes. All right, here we go. It's time for qualifying, everybody. Let's see whose windshields we can peek through. We're in Bella's right now. Looks like we've got Markey. He's one of the first two out of the gate. Coming up onto the tri-oval. Interesting approach by Sherlock. I don't know if he's trying to do his hot lap at Marky B's expense by drafting off of him or not. No, it looks like he's going to back off a little bit, which I think is the smart move. Alright, looks like we're just warming tires, getting separation. Waiting on that first flyer. What's Firewood been doing? Just taking it easy, staying in the slipstream. Decided he was going to go ahead and get around it. All right, just past the flag stand. Here we go. We should start seeing a lot of flyers now. So we are going NASCAR racing, folks. No right turns here. Back when I was living in North Carolina, NASCAR was a really big thing there. NASCAR really got its start in North Carolina, and in Asheville, where I come from. Asheville was the place where they ran a lot of moonshine, and it was those little black Ford business coupes that became the NASCAR that we know and love. They were all hotted up for escaping the revenuers whenever they got chased in the woods. They would take those things out on the weekends, find somebody's farmyard or cattle ranch, cattle corral, and just do big old circles in the dirt. And they would run around those tracks to see who could go the fastest, whose car was the most hopped up. And it just blossomed from there. Well, there was a driver who used to race on local tracks, and he ended up becoming a NASCAR Truck Series racer, and a pretty decent one. But he used to wreck a lot, used to have a habit of getting into the wall. And so we used to call him Right Turn Presley. So like I said, no right turns here, folks. It looks like somebody tried to make a right turn up ahead, generated some sparks. Wherever you are, there will be no wall riding today. We definitely don't take kindly to that in these parts. Fire Woodman has got some pace. Alright, let's switch our view here so we can see who's racing. There we go. So far, Bella has put in the fastest lap of the sub-50-second run. Quite impressive with that AMG Mercedes. Perhaps he is going to prove that it isn't just the Toyotas that can run fast here. Oh, and I wasn't lying. Firewood Man was on a tear. He just put in the sub-50-second. Black Mamba decided to get behind the fastest driver on the circuit. It doesn't seem like a bad idea. The slipstream is everything on this track. You'll see it especially when we get into a close pack. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with NASCAR racing, but I'll tell you what, they can get into a cluster and it can get pretty wild. Like the good old boys always say when you compare NASCAR to IndyCar or F1, they say it may not be as fancy, but you're swapping paint at 200 miles an hour. Oh, it looks like Ginger Ninja's going to have to beg off. That is unfortunate. He is a terrific driver. Really don't like to miss his action. All right, everybody's coming in for fuel and tires. Justin has a qualifying ban, unfortunately, so he's not going to get to put up a number. I don't think. He's run out of gas. No, you're not going to make it, Justin. Push the button, buddy. Just push the button. Well, I guess you expect the wind's going to blow you in. But it is a headwind. He's going to go mow the lawn a little bit. There he goes. It's getting a little long. Oh, there, he mowed his name into the grass. Top work. Here's Belfast BAP, aka Jack So It Is. Jack is very fast on the Grand Prix tracks. I have not seen him do an oval. So the jury is still out on that, but my guess is he will be a very fast boy today. Bump draft. Get a move on, Mark. Get a move on, Sherlock. Just a friendly tap. No salt. Let's get on up where all the sparks are happening. Can't quite tell where that is. Here we go. Well, wherever Bella goes, sparks will follow. And a little smoke. It's almost like you heard me. So Bella and Fire Woodman, I think, are the only two that have sub 50-second laps. So they are showing the rest of the boys how it's to be done. I took down the race info so y'all can see the action, but I think I'm going to get back to outside cam and put us a few stats up. Alright, so Cal's put up a 49. Mamba has 2, 49.8. And Jack has a 50.2, Sherlock a 50.4. Justin's still in the pit because of his ban, because he's way too hard on himself. I hope you're listening, Justin. And 52 for our King of Racers. And back to Fire Woodman, who just seems to know how to get it done on the oval. Now, just by 1,000th of a second over Bella, that is a pretty tight margin. I don't think it gets any tighter than that. Goodness gracious, there is very little separation here. This is going to be a good race. I hope, I really hope against hope, that it is a very tight race. Yeah, Cal is less than a 10th behind Bella. Mamba is a 10th behind him. Jack, Belfast is less than half a second behind that. So it's tight, folks. And unfortunately, a lot of folks here are going to have to take car change penalties. So that's just the rules. But in spite of all that, I am just really excited to see evenly matched cars on this oval. It should be some interesting, close racing. It's nice to see that Jack has continued on in his GTR. It's the car he's been using all season 6. He's done very, very well in it on the Grand Prix tracks. Unfortunately, this one only has 4 turns and they're all lefts. So we shall see. Sherlock is stuck with his Porsche. Not a great car for an oval, but he could take advantage of the slipstream if he's good on fuel and tires. He could be in the mix. He's certainly not going to post the fastest times in qualifying. But that may not matter. Once you get into a big old cloud of cars, things change. Alright, there's our buddy Justin. Taking a little nap. Gobbling down some Burger King. Sipping a Coke. Wondering why those people out there working so doggone hard. All right, folks, so we have our qualifying order. Fire Woodman by 1,000th of a second takes pole position. Outstanding. You look at the numbers and it just makes your head swim. A 4.9656 for Fire Woodman, followed way off in the back by Bella with a 4.9657. I don't think PD provides any more digits than that. So, 1,000th is as close as it's going to let us get. But that is about the width of the glass of a headlight. So we are on a 2.5-mile oval. It's actually not exactly an oval. A lot of NASCAR tracks follow this model where they have that little trapezoid that runs at the top, so they have a place for the pits. Unlike Indianapolis, which is almost a square, Daytona follows that somewhat different model. You'll see it Charlotte Motor Speedway, Texas Speedway, Las Vegas Speedway, just all kinds of speedways all across America. It's 2.5 miles, 40 laps. So let's get ready for round 6 of the Group 3 Century Season 6 on Multi-21 Racing. I'm going to duck out for a second and then come back as a spectator to see if that helps my camera. I apologize. I've been getting that error over and over again, so if we miss any part of the beginning of the race, I apologize. But if I don't do this, the camera doesn't quite work. I'm hoping you get to see more of the race this way. Come on, PD, you can do it. Okay, we are underway. Apologies again for not being able to get to the start of the race. However, we do have the outside camera, so I'm going to call that a win. So per the status quo, we have Firewoodman and Bella neck and neck, P1, P2. Followed by Cal and Black Mamba. The sparks are flying. Oh, now the four of them have taken that slipstream and made the most of it here. You're going to find that highly advantageous, especially toward the end. Now, one thing you don't want to be doing for the entire race, or at least for most of the race, is leading it. Unless you just have an uber fast car, you're going to want to stack in and out. Because that slipstream is everything. That said, if Firewoodman maintains this position and lets everybody trail him like they are, it may give the others in back a bit of a chance. If they can stagger their slipstream, they may be able to make up a little bit of space. Let's see what's going on in the back. This is a great race, but let's find out what's going on back here, because there's a lot of action in the rear. We have Justin trying to get down on the paint. Sure, just some bloody internet apparently. He has got a connection problem. I am so sorry, because we would have loved to see you race. Nice little path. All right, back to the front. We got a three-car shootout going on here. Each one of them playing a little bit of tag. Oh, Cal got a little bit loose. I don't know if Bella ticked him or what happened there, but you could hear him. You could hear his tires squeal, and you could hear him slide just a little bit there. Bella seems to really want to get into that second position and get right behind that Toyota. Perhaps he's trying to save fuel or tires, but I don't think so. I think he just wants first place. I'm sorry, Sherlock. That's terrible. Feel bad for you, buddy. Oh, man. Oh, man, these guys are really going for it. Let's take a look inside of Cal's cockpit just to see what this looks like from the driver's perspective. Let's take the chase cam. Oh, man. Oh, Black Mamba's caught the wall. Oh, no, no, no. He got it a little too tight. There just wasn't enough space between Cal and the wall. And Black Mamba paid for it. I don't think Cal saw him there. In fact, I'm 99% sure he didn't. He probably couldn't have, because he's paying attention to Bella. If Bella slows down even a tiny little bit, he's going to have to be ready to back off the throttle. Mamba still has a little bit of slipstream. Doesn't appear to be quite enough. It seems like he's just rolling around in dirty air. Whenever he gets onto that embankment, he might be able to pick up a little bit. If he could just stay behind Bella. There's so much weaving going on. It seems like it's just producing a lot of dirty air. Meanwhile, the fight for 5th place is stacking up. We've got Markey with a 49.9. Bella's tearing it up with a 49.1, so we're not seeing quite the times back here that you're going to find up front. All right, so everybody's in for tires. Now the whole field's going in for boots and juice. And Jack is out. King Racer's out. So Jack gets away first. The GTR. Putting together a comfortable lead there. He got a full... No, he did not. He did not refuel from the look of it. It appears he just went in for tires and just came right back out. Yeah, apologies for not following that part of the field as much, but this may be a strategy on his part. Trying to gain some kind of an advantage by taking a short stop, just doing a little splash and go. King Racer's back in. In his spotty porch. So Belfast, Jack So it is all by himself. 26 seconds ahead of the rest of the field ever since King Racer went in. Yeah, so King's going to come out on softs for some reason. Interesting. I haven't driven this over. I have driven the 24-hour track. I've never driven the oval, so I don't know if soft tires would be much of an advantage here or not. I would doubt it. Seems like he's running tires to last. In NASCAR racing, they only ever use one compound. Really, all American oval racing, you only use one compound. I mean, it's IndyCar only uses the lot compound, even though it's open wheel racing. There's really no reason to put a different set of tires on. All you do is just end up taking a whole lot more pit stops. It doesn't really gain anything. So here we are, good old Daytona, an old-fashioned NASCAR style race. Yippee-ki-yay. I won't finish that. Here in beautiful Daytona, Florida. Well, I lied. It's not beautiful. I've been there many times. It's okay. It is not the appalling cackhole that Reno, Nevada is. So I'm going to say, welcome to Daytona. It's better than Reno. We have got Bella. Looks like he's chasing down Mamba. And Mamba has got real far behind since that pit exchange. Yeah, he's dead last at the moment. He's running on mediums. Bella is running on mediums. And Mama doesn't want to give up that spot, and he's on the lead lap, so he doesn't have to. Those blue flags come out all the time, but at least in real racing, you know, not in sim racing or GT7, you're gonna hold that position as long as you can. There is no reason for him to give way. Well, he just did. That looks like Bella just pulled the old Dale Earnhardt. Got up on that quarter panel, got him a little loose. I don't think that was in the least intentional. That is one of those things where if you are bumper drafting, if somebody gets a little wiggle, things will happen. That was a very NASCAR incident, to say the least. Okay, Bella gives Firewood Man a little bump draft. The thing about bump drafting is you can't weave. That's one thing you can't do when you're bump drafting. You've got to stay on that bumper and you have to keep the car steady. If you weave or the car in front of you weaves, that's when disaster happens. So when you're in a bump draft, you've got to be steady. So if any of you boys are listening, quit moving around, get in the slipstream, settle in. And everybody stays on the track. Looks like Firewood Man has thought better of it. He's gonna get in tow, save a little fuel. Smart move. You don't want to be leading the whole way. Settle in. Enjoy the still air. All right. We are going to go to the back. There's Justin. Justin put in some 51s. Some nice laps. Looks like he just took a pit stop. Little splash and go. He's back on the medium tires. Yeah. Really nice blue livery. Interesting he chose the Subaru for this race. I wouldn't think that was necessarily the fastest car. It's got a lot of horsepower, so perhaps I'm mistaken. Anyway, good looking car. And King Racer, of course, he's doing the NASCAR thing with his Porsche. An odd choice for this track. He didn't want to take the penalty, though. The car change penalty. God, that's a nice livery. Looks like he put some work into that. Here's Belfast and Markey, two of our primo drivers. No offense to all the rest of you, but these two guys have been bringing it all season. I don't mind saying that these tend to be the guys to beat. Look at how tight these guys are. There's not a whole lot of movement. There's a little bit right now, but they're playing it real steady. This is the kind of thing you want to see on a NASCAR oval. You don't want to see a whole lot of movement. The movements tend to be strategic. You want to stay in that slipstream. You want to wait till you get your moment. And there can be numerous ones on a track like this. Alright, so these guys are putting on a NASCAR clinic. Let's go back to the front and see what our race leaders are up to. Bell is still scrambling, trying to get into that first position. Draft. That's the thing you can't do. You can't bump and then peel off. And that's probably inexperience on ovals. I would recommend, before we do this one again, everybody get a good look at a NASCAR race. Get an idea about how those cars like to run in traffic. I have to say, speaking for myself, I'm not particularly a NASCAR fan. I know that makes me a bad American, but just never really found much joy in it. That said, there have been a few good ones. I've caught a couple of good ones, and a lot of those have happened here at Daytona. This is the premier NASCAR race. It's the one that opens the regular season of NASCAR racing. It's the crown jewel of ovals for American NASCAR drivers. Really for all NASCAR drivers, whether you come from Mexico or anything else. Quit weaving, boys. I don't know who's listening to me, but y'all gotta quit weaving. There you go. I don't know if maybe these guys are on controllers. That could certainly cause it to jag a little bit. But you definitely don't see that. Let's take Bella's shield and see what we get. Firewood Man's having a little bit of zigzaggy trouble, and gave Bella an opening. But yeah, Firewood Man's really slowed down. Let's see what's going on in the cockpit there. Bella's fuel is fine. The tires seem to be okay. I don't know. Maybe you just want to get out of the fray for a while. Can't say it's a blame him. So Bella's going to have to come in. Go juice. Next lap or two. Same for Cal. Firewood Man's good for a little bit. Markey is good on fuel and tires. Belfast is great on fuel. His rears are, looks like he's doing a lot of sliding. His rears are starting to go up real quick. It's not so unusual for NASCAR track. These big corners, these cars do like to crab a little bit. JJ's tires look great, he's got plenty of fuel. All the same. Some Falcons just come in. Alright, so our race leaders are all into the pits. Looks like Cal's going to take a full load of fuel. Interesting to see what tires he goes on. He goes in softs. I am missing out on meaning of that strategy. These guys are all better drivers than I am, so I am not going to say anything about that. Alright, so Firewood Man comes out in second place. Still hanging on to Cal Naughton's Slipstream, followed by Bella doing the same. True to his name, Firewood Man shot out a little bit of smoke. Nicely done. It's certain to have been done on purpose. Kidding, of course. I'm guessing all those sparks follow that full load of fuel, which, if that's the case, PD has done a wonderful job in this simulation. That is definitely something you'll see after cars come out of the pits. In NASCAR, IndyCar racing, really any kind of racing, but you really tend to see it on these ovals when those cars get under load. All right, to the back. Got Mamba still bringing up the rear. I wish I knew what had happened to his car. He's quite quick today. He's got pulled into Belfast BAP's slipstream, hoping to get around. Justin's off on the paint for some reason. I think he's making way. Thanks, Justin. He's adhering to the blue flags. Coming up to Markey in the legit American metal, the Detroit Iron, as we like to call it. He's out there all by himself, putting down 50s. He's running on the hard tires now. Let's see if this does anything for his position. I mean, my thinking would be that if you race on hard tires, you don't have to change tires every time you go in for fuel. So you just splash and go. You don't have that penalty for a tire exchange. All right, King Racer has gotten himself formed up into a nice little pack. Jack Sillett is in Black Mamba, trying to stay on the lead lap. Belfast trying to get around Mamba and lap him. Mamba is not going to give him any satisfaction if he can help it. He seems to be working the car around to avoid letting him have too much slipstream, at least where he can. And that Toyota should be faster in a straight line than the GTR is, so GTR is clearly letting the slipstream pull him along. And Bella decides he wants some clean air. He could use Falcon, and he did. He used Falcon's slipstream to get around Cal. Well played. Well, true to form in real life, the AMG Mercedes is fast. King Racer follows the blue flag rule. Lets the race leaders skip around. Well played, sir. So Firewoodman picks up a position. I think Cal's going to get in that slipstream tunnel now. Falcon doing the same lap down. Careful about getting on that paint in the corner. If you get down below that paint, you get on that flat part of the track on that apron, it can send you flying. Especially at these speeds. You know, they're topping 180 miles an hour. There's a little bump from Cal. There, you see that? Whipped him around a little bit. So he's going to take the high side and let Cal get on past. Be happy in that slipstream. With 6 laps to go, it looks like all of our racers, and particularly our race leaders, have settled into a pattern, and their racecraft is pretty good. They're playing it a lot more strategically. Their tactic is what you normally would want to see in a NASCAR race. Follow closely. Not too much weaving. Stay close. Stay right on the bumper. Use that slipstream. Wait until about 2 laps to go. That's when you make your charge. Real quick, we're going to go to the back and see what's shaping up back here. Got our battle for 4th place. Jack Soda's Belfast is still trying to get past Black Mamba and lap him. He's on the lead lap. Again, I don't think he has to give way when he's on the lead lap. So that's going to frustrate our 4th place driver. But as long as he doesn't have to give up that position, he's welcome to stay there. Here we go, all within a 1/10 of a second or so. So as we come along the back stretch, we've got 4.5 laps left in this race. Into turn 3, nice and tight. A whole lot less weaving. It's just great to see how they get better and better as the race goes on. Just see the racecraft improve lap after lap after lap, and it just gets more fun to watch. I'm almost forgetting this is a sim race. If they didn't have those little tags above their cars, I think I might be fooled a time or two. All right, they're spreading out. It looks like they may be trying to go for it here with 3 laps left. I'm not sure. As close as they are, I'm not sure that this is the way they want to go. They might want to just keep it real close and then get up on the high side and try to catch that slipstream on the high end and slingshot around coming out of one of those corners. That's usually where you're going to find your passing speed. Seems to be what Bella's doing at the moment. He's really not tucked in close enough to make that move. All right, Bella, you're right on his bumper. The Fire Woodman's playing this really smart. He's just looking for an opening, staying close, keeping in the slip. Here he comes. As you can see, he's filling that gap. Nice little bump draft. Probably don't want to do that at this stage of the race. You don't want to give him any advantage. As you can see, that put a 1.5 car gap between him and Cal. But just right on that bumper, just not quite touching. Okay, Bella just gave him a little push, so that's going to help. Firewood man. All right, here we go, last lap. Just past the flag stand. Heading into turn 1. Firewoodman is right on his pipes. Sparks flying. Cal has found a burst of speed coming down off that bank. Just launched him about 4 car lengths ahead. This could be his to lose. I don't know, he seems to be using that track to its full potential and just not giving Firewoodman a break. And he's certainly making that car as wide as possible. Yeah, and he just gets it. Just gets it. 1 car length. Great race by all the drivers. Cal Naughton he really held off Firewoodman. He got onto a real good run there halfway down lap 40. But Cal made that car as fat as could be and just snatched it away from the other 2. A great race by Bella and Firewoodman as well. Those are your top 3. Here comes Belfast. Around the back. Oh, sorry, around the front. Past the flag stand. Followed by Markey and the Detroit Iron, who takes 5th. A good race. Solid 51s all the way down the line for Markey. So it's excellent driving. This isn't going to be your fastest car in Gran Turismo, but that kind of consistency is it just shows particularly high levels of driving. All right, so we got Bella pulling most of the 50s, Firewoodman pulling 50s, Cal Naughton pulling 50s, lots of 49s. These guys just put together a fantastic race. There's Justin, a couple nice 51s in there. Yeah, all of our drivers put in some really fine laps. You've got cars that really aren't suited necessarily for NASCAR tracks that have still put in respectable times, but just an overall really good race. Our top 3 drivers put on a great show today. Congratulations to Cal, Firewoodman, and Bella for a fantastic result. I am SpiffyG, and I am signing off for now. Hope to see you again in the not too distant future. Take care, y'all.